Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Here today we have got together to study Pancadasi, and Pancha means 5, Dashi means 10. 5 plus 10 is equal to 15. Simple conclusion. The name of the text itself is 15. And the author or the one who composed these verses was Swami Vidyaranya Swami. And Vidyaranya Swami first wrote, it is said that he wrote the first 6 chapters of Panchadashi, and he showed it to his teacher, Sri Bharti Tirtha, and when he saw that, he was so inspired that he wrote the other 9 chapters, and thus we have the 9 plus 6, 15 chapters. These chapters of Panchadashi are divided into 3 sections. The first 5 chapters are about Sat, second 5 chapters are about Chit, and the last 3 chapters are about Ananda. And this topic today, what we are doing, Citradipa Prakaran, this comes under the category of the second 5 lot, which is doing with consciousness, expression of consciousness. How so before we go into explaining that, also the scriptures, the reality is one, we know that, but we don't see it as one. That is where our shortcoming lies. And we have now started relating to that reality, or for our own sake, because we are only able to communicate in way of words, ideas, images, concepts, etc., etc. So the first way we relate that one reality is through Jiv Jagat Ishwar. So that reality alone is the individual, the conditioned consciousness. That reality alone is the total consciousness, and that reality alone is the substratum of the inert world, Jagat. Similarly, that consciousness, when taken at a subjective level, is the consciousness behind the waking, dream and deep sleep. So the waker, and so just we're talking about waking, dream and deep sleep, is the same consciousness which is expressing as the 3. And at the 3rd level is the same consciousness which is expressing as the Triputi, the triad. What is triad? Waker, waking world, waking experience. Dreamer, dream world, dream experience. Subject, object and instrument of knowledge. Now this trio is what appears as thought in our mind. Waking is a thought, body is a thought, seeing is a thought, hearing is a thought, memory is a thought, future is a thought, every time is a thought, space is a thought, everything is a thought. And a thought has 3 minimum ingredients: subject, object and instrument of knowledge. For example, see, I am seeing you. So I am the subject, you are the object, and the eyes are the instrument of knowledge. I am speaking, I am the subject, the words are the object which are spoken, and I am the mouth is the instrument of knowledge. In this way, if you understood what was just now mentioned, that it is one reality alone which is expressing as Jeev Jagat Ishwar, is expressing as waking dream and deep sleep, is expressing as the Triputi. Correct? Now, if this is taken, if this is accepted, then can I convince you to be realized? Can I convince you, or can I make you get realized? Can I make you come to know God? Can I make you to come to know yourself? Can I come to make you to understand the Jagat, Jeev Jagat Ishwar? It is not possible. Then what are you doing here? Listening to me? Huh? Kaustubh asked me a question. Swamiji, how many people are coming? I said, I don't know, and I don't care, because I am going there for my contemplation. Whoever comes is okay. If they want, I'll send the SMSs. Whoever comes, comes. Whoever doesn't come, doesn't come. The purpose is not how many people. The purpose is to spend 2 days in contemplation. We forget that. So similarly, what is our purpose of life? Is our purpose to survive, or is our purpose to realize? Each one has to ask the question to themselves. We can only inspire you to think, but you have to do the hard work of thinking. Like one day I was somewhere in some of the tirth, and there the one Bengali lady came and touched my feet. I don't know who she is, out of the blue. Swamiji, give me Ashirwad. I said, what Ashirwad? You didn't take Ashirwad from the Lord when you went into the temple, that you are asking me now? Huh? No, you have to give me Ashirwad that my mind becomes quiet. I said, oh, only you can make your mind quiet. I cannot make your mind quiet. Aaja. Only you can make your mind quiet. But when they are so outward oriented, which means outward oriented is Jeev Jagat Ishwar. Outward oriented is waking dream deep sleep. Outward oriented is the Triputi. When we are seeing that one reality as any of these options, we have superimposed that reality with something, with limitation, with conditioning. And now we need to desuperimpose or decondition. And where will that deconditioning and desuperimposition happen? Where will it happen? Will it happen in the book? No. Will it happen out there in the world? No. Where will it happen? Within ourselves, in our angle of approach. What are we? Where is our attention? That will determine the desuperimposition of that which we have superimposed. We have superimposed the name and form, we have superimposed the past and future, we have superimposed the Jeev Jagat Ishwar, etc., etc., etc. We are taking here, you are not taking yourself as the reality. You are taking yourself as the waker. And as a waker, you have come here. And in that waking, again, another superimposition that I am a seeker. As a seeker, again a superimposition. I am not spending time doing unwanted things. I am going to satsang. Another superimposition. Then sitting here, another superimposition. I understood, I didn't understand. And the ball keeps rolling down. And in this way, we crystallize ourselves through the superimpositions by interacting with the superimpositions and forget the original. And here in the 6th chapter of Pancadasi, 6th chapter, right? Yeah, called Citradipa. Chitra means the picture. Chitra is picture. And Deepa is the lamp. So how we can take the picture as a support in order to come and through it see that one common denominator. So while we are taking this example of the outer world, at the same time we have to put our attention on the world, which is also nothing but a picture going on. And from there, at the same time, simultaneously, we put our attention that the whole world is happening on the screen of the mind. So there also the picture is going on, and I am other than this whole picture that is going on. This is the picture. This is the Citradeep in short. And when can we remove the world from our mind?
Yes.
Can we? How?
When we connect ourselves to the.
Oh, okay.
And then when
So,
your mind.
So does it mean that when you come to know yourself, the mind will vanish?
No.
No, the mind will continue. Only the owner of the mind is not there anymore. Seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, thinking, waking, dreaming, sleeping, everything will continue. But you are no longer the owner of what is going on. You are no longer the one identified with what is going on. That is the only difference. See? So here the desuperimposition does not mean chitta vritti nirodha. It does not mean that. Because chitta vritti nirodha is also possible in coma. So is coma state a state of realization? It is not. But it is also chitta vritti nirodha. There are no thoughts going on there. Deep sleep also no thoughts are going on. Is it a state of realization? Yes and no. Why? Because state of realization never goes away, but you have superimposed on it a state of deep sleep, a state of coma. See? So this desuperimposition does not mean removal of the Jiv Jagat Ishwar. Desuperimposition doesn't mean, for example, you know that the ocean is with waves. And now, after coming to Vedanta, you have realized that it is all nothing but water. Ocean is the total conditioning of water, and wave is an individual conditioning of water. Now, having understood this, will the ocean stop expressing? Will the wave stop expressing? So now you are appreciating that there is a wave, there is an ocean, but you don't give any value to the wave and the ocean. Your attention is on the infinite waters. But to bring your attention to the infinite waters, you didn't have to remove chitta vritti nirodha. You didn't have to nirodha all the waves and the ocean, isn't it? This is understood. Same thing with gold, same thing with pots, same thing with your life also. You don't have to remove the thoughts. Then why are we told that we have to remove the thoughts or slow down the thoughts? Because only when you slow down the thoughts, does that reality become available. And once it becomes available as the self, thereafter the drama continues. Drama doesn't stop. The picture doesn't stop, it continues. But to catch that self, to be that self, when I say catch, you understand what I'm saying. To be that self, a moment of silence is required. Right now, our attention is only on the thoughts, and when there is cessation of thoughts or reduction of thoughts in our mind, and we are contemplating on these type of scriptures, we become available to ourselves. And once we have become available, once we have realized ourselves, once we are abiding in the self as the self, thereafter the world continues to be the way it is. But now you are no longer hooked into it. Right now you are hooked into it. In what manner? By coming to satsang. In what manner? In the manner of me wanting to give the contemplate on Pancadasi chapter 6 Citradipa. It's better than getting involved in 100 different things. See? So every day, on a daily basis, morning, afternoon, evening, as many times as you can, but at least 2 times a day, you must expose your mind to a superimposed mind. You can do it through various means, through japa, through contemplation, through om chanting, through your japa chanting, or just watching your breath, through kriya yoga, through kundalini yoga, whichever. But here we are not talking about all those paths. We are here talking, so at a practice level, we must expose ourselves to that self that we are, and that self is, even though it is available all the time, in silence it is available in plenty. It is directly available, without any disturbance, without any hijacking by the thought. It is 100% available at that time, provided you are awake. Provided you are awake. So with this, we come to the first verse, and the sadhana can be. So this sadhana, what is it called? There are 2-3 terms. One is the outward sadhana, or the bahiranga sadhana. So this is bahiranga sadhana happening right now, where I am speaking and you are listening. But while listening, if your attention is within, then it is antaranga sadhana. Your every word that is being uttered by the teacher is, you are not lost in the words, but you are available to the purport of the word within. So when we are talking about the word self, you are not thinking about, this, I think, or we are talking about calming the mind. I should teach my wife how to calm the mind. I should tell my child to calm the mind. No, our attention is going on our mind. When we are talking about the self, the attention is going to ourself. When we are talking about Triputi, our attention is going to the principle of Triputi that is expressing as all the thoughts. See, when we are talking about devotion, don't generalize. But what about other people who are not having faith? No, we are talking to you. You talk about yourself. You interact with yourself. So if your attention while listening is on yourself, on your mind, on your consciousness, in being the consciousness, then it is antaranga sadhana. or even a little bit less, if these words help you to assess your mind, what is your position in yourself at this moment, that is also antaranga sadhana. And the third, the teacher tells here, is parampara sadhana. Parampara sadhana is those who follow the Tattreya path, those who follow the Kashmiri Shaivism path, those who follow the Shankaracharya path, those who follow the path of Vedanta, devotion, Karma Yoga, etc., different yogas, they are the parampara. Though you have got locked into that type of thinking, and now by default you get oriented, you get attracted to that type of sadhana. See, once upon a time I did lot of yoga, but now I try. If I do it for 2-3 days, it's more than enough. Uske baad nahi hota. Then what I have to do? I have to go to physio. Let someone else do the yoga for me, or exercise for me, or tell under some guidance. Why? Any free moment, you sit in contemplation. The urge to take care of the body doesn't come. What to do? डिफॉल्ट सेटिंग हो गया. या तो एम्प्टी रहो, या सांस के ऊपर ध्यान देते रहो, और यू आर कॉन्टम्पलेटिंग ऑन समथिंग दैट यू talked about in the morning or yesterday, the text, and bring it into the present moment and contemplate on it. See? And in this way, the we come to the first verse. Superimposition of the world on the Supreme Self, which is the substratum, is illustrated through an example of a painting. That is the way this Citradipa, the lamp of the picture, that is beginning. You can repeat after me if you want. Yatha chitrapate drushtam, yatha chitrapate drushtam, avasthanam chatushtayam, avasthanam chatushtayam, paramatmani vigneyam, paramatmani vigneyam, tatha avastha chatushtayam, tatha avastha chatushtayam. As we can see, 4 stages in case of painting on a canvas, so also 4 stages are worth knowing that are superimposed on Paramatma. So what are the 4 stages? Just like we have stages of growth: birth, growth, disease, decay, and death. This is the process of our body, isn't it? Exactly the same way, what are the 4 stages by which the painting comes about? So here it is told that yatha avasthanam chatushtayam chitrapate drushtam. Chitrapate is the picture, and you see the picture, drushtam. While painting a picture on a canvas, 4 stages of modification are observed. The picture does not appear just out of nothing, but colors are spread and figures are drawn so that the picture is superimposed on the substratum of the canvas, which was not there earlier. So what are the 4 stages that will come? But here we are talking about the picture. That picture is a superimposition on the canvas. Now, if you have to apply this on yourself, how will you apply? So the picture of waves and ocean, they are superimposed on the water. The picture of the ornaments is superimposed on the gold. Similarly, apply to yourself now.
The picture of the world is superimposed on the mind.
Qualify the world.
Jeev Jagat Ishwar.
Jeev Jagat Ishwar, past, present, future, waking, dream and deep sleep, all these what we just said, three categories, they are nothing but the Triputis, isn't it? So all Triputis are nothing but the stroke of paint on the canvas called the mind. And that canvas, when we go ahead, we will see that that canvas is nothing but the pure conscious. That is the substratum. So the painting has become so elaborate on the canvas that you no longer see the canvas, you only see the painting. Look at your TV. You don't realize that there is a screen because our attention is on the characters, the colors, the coming and going of the pictures on the screen, isn't it? And looking at those pictures, looking at those characters, expressions of words, emotions, we become affected by it. If there is someone crying, I am crying. If someone is killing, I get angry. See? I forget that it's only a superimposition. I forget that that picture is existing in its own absence. The truth is the screen, which has never come and gone, which has got no colors, which has got no emotions, which has got no concepts, ideas, past, future, yet it is supporting everything. This is how you apply it to yourself. So right now, if you are applying it to yourself, then what did we say the superimposition was? Jeev Jagat Ishwar. Waking, dream, deep sleep. All the Triputis. Then we will not get affected by that. Because it's only a superimposition. What are the Tatha avastha chatushtayam paramatmani. Just like there are 4 stages in the painting of a picture on a canvas, similarly there are 4 stages. The world of plurality is superimposed on the reality that the self is or the Paramatma is. Which are these 4 stages on canvas of Paramatma? Yatha dhauto dhrut ghattitascha. Yatha dhautau ghattitascha. Lanchito ranjitah pataha. Anchito ranjitah pataha. Chidantaryami sutratma. Chidantaryami sutratma. Virat chatma tatheryate. Virat chatma tatheryate. Just as Yatha is as on the canvas, just as the canvas undergoes 4 stages of superimposition. What are they? First is Dhauta, second is Ghattita, third is Lanchita, and fourth is Ranjita. And that is and similarly here it says the world also goes through, the Paramatma also goes through four stages of superimposition, and they are: first is Chit, that is consciousness. That Paramatma is not called as consciousness. Only with reference, when we are talking about it, it is what you call, it is beyond words. It is beyond concept. Satchit Anand is a concept in our mind. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta is a concept in our mind. Truth, infinity is a concept in our mind. So Paramatma, when you appreciate that it is all that there is, it is one. In that there is no division. But when we are talking, it is Chit. So first it is existence, then it is Chit. So when it is Chit, where does consciousness express? Is consciousness expressing in this table? No. Where is consciousness expressing in space? No. But can space express, or can space, air, fire, water, earth be painted without the substratum of the truth? Cannot be, isn't it? But can you catch them there? No. You can only catch it here. So here when we are talking about chit is where when the mind comes into play, then alone we talk about it as consciousness, because consciousness is, we are conscious. Paramatma doesn't need to know whether it is Satchidananda. It is the mind, it is the individual, it is the seeker, it is the sadhaka who says, the truth is Satchidananda. Truth doesn't need to know. It is Satchidananda. It is what it is. So first is Chit. Second, the second stage of the infinite reality is Antaryami, that it is the inner controller. It is the inner knower. And who is the inner knower? Here. Is that inner knower only to me and not to you because I am talking? No, that inner knower is present in and through everything. Water is the inner knower of every wave and every ocean, isn't it? Is that a difficult idea to grasp? Third stage, it is the Sutratma. Sutratma is another name for, tell me? Huh? Good. Another name for Hiranyagarbha, the creator, the initial womb, Brahmaji, all these are synonyms. Prajapati, we are seeing that in the Upanishad, Prashna Upanishad right now. So then it expresses as the creator, Sutratma. And once the creation begins, what is the first creation? The Virata Purusha. That is the fourth stage. Virata Purusha, the picture is complete. And what is that? Virat Purusha. You think you are existing. So nowadays what people are saying, or some scientists are saying, or some religious people, they are saying, or like Brahma Kumaris, they say we are an experiment on this earth. The life came here, the knowledge came here from some higher beings, from other planets, etc., etc. Our scriptures already know that we are all, there is only one expression. And what is that? What does Virat mean in English? Virat means what? Large. What else? Expanse. Large expanse. Total expanse. And what is your experience of total expanse? We have to make it subjective. What is your experience of total expanse?
The waking world.
Okay. Correct. Waking, not just waking world. If majority of the people, it is only waking world. So it's the cosmic. So when we talk about Virat, it's the cosmic person. Cosmic. And the whole cosmic world is in the cosmic person. So all the beings, past, present, future, all the world, past, present, future, are existing in that cosmic person. Just like sun is not affected by day and night and passing of the season, similarly that Virat Purusha is oblivious to what is going on. Are you aware that digestion is taking place, blood is flowing around, the heart is beating? Are you aware of anything going on inside your body? But is it going on? Yes. Similarly, in that Virata Purusha, the entire past, present, future, and the infinite number of creations. solar systems, whatever you may call it, is going on at the same time. If he sneezes, you all sneeze. This we saw. Just now we are doing that Prashna Upanishad, in that it comes. If the pran moves, all the gods, all the devas, which are located at the Indriya level and the organs of action level, they also move. But each one was having a feeling that I am important, I am important, I am holding the body together, I am holding the body together. After listening to all of them, Prana said, wait, I am the greatest. Not greatest, I am the most important one. Tu kone yaar? We can't even see you. We can't even interact with you. He says, wait, I'll give you an experience. And he starts moving out of the body. Who? The pran. Pran means here Atma or the Prajapati, the creator, the Atma. As he starts moving out of the body, all the senses, all the gods, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, the god, sun, moon, Ashwini Kumar, everyone, because they are all located within your body at a microcosmic level. They all, the moment Atma starts moving out, they also start moving out. Seeing, and then they start complaining, oh, what is happening, what is happening? And he sits down again in the body. They also sit down. Suddenly they realize, man, even though we don't know this fellow, but he is more powerful than us. And what are we doing right now in Prashna Upanishad? All these gods are singing the glory of that Paramatma, that Prajapati, that one who is the most powerful. See? So here again, yata patah dhauto ghattitaha lanchitaha ranjitaha. For appearance of a painting of a canvas, the steps of superimposition are: on a clean canvas that is stiffened by application of starch, sketches of figures are drawn which are finally colored. This final picture superimposes so much on the canvas that we lose sight of the support. This I explained just now, isn't it? Dhauta means canvas. Ghattita means stiffened. How do you stiffen anything? Starch. I spray. If you have got linen, you have to spray the starch. Then it comes, Otherwise, nowadays I don't starch much, but never. But when I used to work, I used to love ekdam kadak. The shirt has to be kadak. I say, so that you get the spray in the market, the starch spray, and crease used to be like. My boss used to be, oh my God. So whatever am I doing, my crease of my shirt, the arms will be always there. This is also all starch, so it's all always straight. No wrinkles. And I'll walk like that. Inside the shirt I'm walking. So ghattitaha means stiffened by application of starch. Lanchitaha, with the sketchy outlines of you put the lines on the picture. Just the other day, I was watching YouTube, and in that YouTube, as the bhajan is going on, he's painting Shiva and Parvati, Ardhanarishwara. How beautiful! कि किसी ने डाला था, शायद नारायण ने डाला था, किसी ने डाला था. It was so wonderful. So began with lines, and eventually, first there was nothing. It was just a blank piece of mirror or glass. And as he started putting lines, once it was complete, you forgot the glass. You are looking at Shiva Parvati. See. And ranjitaha means then you fill in the colors, you color it up. You can color it up not only with colors. Here in the canvas, you fill it up with colors. But within yourself, how do you color it up? How do you color it up within yourself?
Joys and sorrows.
Joys, sorrows, emotions, likes, dislikes. This is how we, and various emotions. This is how we color it up. And and this way the canvas is prepared. And similarly, for appearance of a painting on a canvas, we saw that the final picture superimposes so much on the canvas that we lose sight of the support. We lose sight of the canvas. We are only focusing on the picture. You can see here also there must be a picture. You can't see the paper. You only see Ram hai na? Ram, Lakshman, Sita, Hanuman. But you don't see the paper. Similarly here, you only see the head, legs, tummy. I have to lose weight, I have to gain weight. I got sugar, I got blood pressure, I got white hair, I got black hair. इसी में जाता रहता है हर समय, all the time. You watch when we meet what we talk about. इधर दर्द हो रही है, उधर I am having pain here, I am having pain there. And if someone says that I am having pain there, you think I am going to stop? I am also having pain. Where is the attention? On the painting, not on the substratum. If I am talking about body, if I am talking about senses, if I am talking about the thoughts, emotions, concepts, I am not addressing the canvas. I am not being attentive of the canvas. I have to be attentive of the canvas. So, तथा आत्मा चित अंतर्यामी सूत्रात्मा विराट एर्यते. Similarly, the Atma, which is pure existence, the Sadvastu, the four superimposed stages are pure consciousness, Chit, pure consciousness. That the next expression of it or superimposition on that pure consciousness is the inner controller. Naturally, when we say pure consciousness, is there any reference to pure consciousness? Is pure consciousness a referential being? No. Is inner controller a referential being? I'm asking.
Yes.
Of what?
Because everything is happening because of him.
Answer, everything is happening, but he alone is everything. So when we talk about inner controller, what is the reference that pure consciousness is called as inner controller? Simple. It's not complicated answer. For the consciousness to be called inner controller, there has to be something called controlled. Correct? And what is that controlled? This, isn't it? So if you look at it from the absolute standpoint, it is he himself is the inner controller and he himself is the controlled also. He himself is this is what we are seeing in the Upanishad. If reality is the only, is the one without a second, then how can there be two? But if there are two, we see the duality in this world, then that one alone is appearing as two, isn't it? Then what is the two? Inner control, inner controller and the control. So that inner controller also is the reality, the controlled is also the reality. That is the first. And how does he control this point? After this point, the next superimposition comes is Hiranyagarbha. So the inner controller, when we talk about, Here it is, the word will be Ishvara, another word is Ishvara, because Ishvara without controlling anything is controlling everything. It doesn't have a desire to control anything. Water does not have a desire that I am the inner controller of all the waves. No. Water does not have that desire. But the truth is, without the water, wave cannot express. So here when we take, now you tell me, what is difference, what is the meaning of Ishvara? How would you define Ishvara? Forget about Satchidanand Swarup and all that we know. What is Ishvara?
In relation to Prakriti?
Naturally, it is in relation to Prakriti. Good. But Prakriti also is Satvika, Rajasika, Tamasika. So which one is this Ishvara? You have to be very clear. Because with reference to Rajasic, that Ishvara is called as Brahmaji. With reference to Sattva, he is called as Vishnu. With reference to Tamas, he is called as Rudra. Then which Prakriti are we talking about?
Unmanifest.
Good, very good. Avyakta, unmanifest Prakriti, that creation which has not become divided yet. That Prakriti which has not become divided yet is available to you also, if you remain awake and your mind becomes silent initially. After that, it does not matter. See? So what is that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh? It is waking, dream and deep sleep. Dream, waking and deep sleep. Before waking, dream and deep sleep came, what was there? There was Avyakta, unmanifest mind. What is that consciousness with reference to the unmanifest mind? At the totality level, it is called as Ishvara. And that Ishvara is the Antaryami, is the inner controller. And he is there in and through everything. In this table, he is expressing as the inner controller called existence. In you and me as consciousness. Understand? Then next stage of superimposition is Hiranyagarbha, that Ishvara, when that Avyakta bifurcates or divides itself, that Shakti divides itself into Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, that inner the controller then identifies itself with the Rajas aspect, which leads to the Hiranyagarbha, the creator. There is a theory or the explanation that because without creation, how can you get Shiva and our Vishnu? Creation has to happen, no? Then only it will come. So the consciousness identified with total subtle bodies. So when you say total subtle bodies, what do you understand? Just like in a seed, in a seed which has been put into the soil, water has been given, sunlight is there, heat is generated. Due to all these factors, now it bulges. And in that bulged seed, all the possibilities are there. Can you see the root? No. Can you see the shoot? No. Can you see the fruit? No. Can you see the flowers? No. Can you see the branches? No. Can you see the leaves? No. How many? Infinite number. But you can't see anything. But is that all in the unmanifest form in the seed?
Yes.
Because life has started pulsating in that seed, isn't it? Exactly the same stage is the stage of Hiranyagarbha. Exactly like that is the stage of Hiranyagarbha. Everything is possible, but nothing has become unmanifest yet. Similarly, if you are away, if your attention is on the creation and you become silent, then you are in the stage of Hiranyagarbha. If your attention is on consciousness, then you are with the source. But if your attention is on creation and you are doing yoga, chitta vritti, etc., to control the creation, and somehow through certain exercises you come to, because of the effect of the silence or searching for the source, you come to this point of Hiranyagarbha because your attention is still objective, not subjective. You think you are thinking inside, but even thinking inside, your attention is outside by way of thought. That thought is, what is the source? This is a thought in your mind. You're not still accepting that I am all that there is. The self is all that there is. Your attention is curiosity about the creation. Then you will reach this stage. In that silent mind, in that quiet mind where you are awake, all possibilities exist. If your mind is focused, concentrated, alert, then you can manifest whatever you want through that silent mind. Will it happen immediately? It will depend upon what is your intensity of focus. But in that silent mind, you put some thought, you put some idea, you put some, or you take whatever is coming as the prasad of the Lord, then it is okay. So different options are there. Brahmaji doesn't create because he has a desire. Does he create because he has a desire? I'm asking. Then why does he create? It's not a difficult answer. Why does he create? Huh? As an offering to the Lord. That's one way of looking. No, but in the first place, offering to the Lord will come once he starts creating. But why does he start creating?
That's his nature.
Good. That is his nature. Why do our eyes see? That is their nature. Why do ears hear? That is their nature. Why does gold shine? It is its nature. Why water is wet? It is its nature. Why the sun has heat and light? It is its nature. Similarly, why does Brahmaji or Hiranyagarbha create? Because it is its nature. Good. If it is your nature to speak, then speak about the truth. If it is your nature to hear, हर जगह कान लगाना है, then listen to the truth, isn't it? If you are addicted to do work, then do the activity of japa or sadhana or studies or puja or what, or serving. Wherever life places you, you do that activity. Not because of desire, because of it's unstoppable. Something has to happen. We could have, instead of having a satsang here, we could have said, okay, let's go for a picnic and play dodgeball or kho-kho or gulli danda करके अपना वापस आ जाओ. It's equally a game. If this is a game, that is also a game. See? So Hiranyagarbha, that is consciousness identified with total subtle bodies. Does the dreamer think what dream it is going to get? Huh? You think what you want to look to this person or that person. But does the dreamer have a choice? What is going to come in the mind? Nahi na? Similar is the position of Hiranyagarbha also, and similar is our position also. But we are so concretized that we are identified. Everything is happening very slowly, so we think that we are creating our future. And Virat, the consciousness identified with the total gross world. Virat is the cosmic person. Gross world is this world. So these different stages are at the level of our waking, dream, and deep sleep. So the waking consciousness at individual level is called as Vishwa. The one who is interacting, illuminating, knowing the individual world, Vishwa. Consciousness identified with this individual body is Vishwa. Consciousness identified with the total gross body, that is this whole cosmos in the waking world, what is he called? Virat. Virat or Vaishwanara, both, one of the two. Then the consciousness identified with the dream is called Taijasa. Similarly, because world is pair of opposites, micro and macro. So consciousness identified with the total dream world is called as Hiranyagarbha. That's what the word we saw just now, isn't it? Now we are going backwards. So Virat was gross, Hiranyagarbha is subtle. Then where everything is in its nascent form, not expressing yet, consciousness identified with the womb of creation, but that womb has not the Trigunatmika level, not at the world level. Hiranyagarbha was at all the subtle bodies. We are going back to causal, where nothing has, even the three, the Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, they have also not manifested yet. Consciousness identified with the non-manifested Prakriti is called as Ishvara or inner controller. And who is the expression of, who is expressing as the Ishvara and the Prakriti? Who is expressing as the Ishvara and the Shakti? That Paramashiva or Paramatma or Brahman. So Pancadasi chapter 6 is over. See. So we have to, if we know this sequence, then we'll appreciate what is going on. And maybe by grace of God, our attention, rather than on the outside, will shift to the one who is expressing as the Antaryami, as the Hiranyagarbha, as the Virat. These are contemplations. You take any level and start contemplating, you will vanish. You will vanish. But we are lost in what? Dosa milega ke idli milegi. Children or grandchildren. Gain or loss. Likes and dislikes. We are lost in that. So in this manner, the stages through which a canvas goes to complete the superimposition of a painting are Swata Shubhrotra Dhauta Syat, Swata Shubhrotra Dhauta Syat, Ghattito Navilepanat, Ghattito Navilepanat. क्या है? मश्याकारैर्लाञ्छितः स्यात्, मश्याकारैर्लाञ्छितः स्यात्, रञ्जितो वर्णपूरणात्, रञ्जितो वर्णपूरणात्. In case of a painting, the dhauta is essentially clean, pure canvas. Apply it to yourself. Dhauta is clean, pure canvas. So what was compared to dhauta? Pure consciousness. It is pure consciousness. No adulteration, no corruption, no sin, no duality. It's pure. Huh? After application of starch to make it stiff, it is called as ghattita. Ghattita means duality has begun, starch has been added. Then with the sketches and figures figure outlines, it is called as lanchita, and when all the colors are painted in different sketches, it is known as ranjita. Atra swata shubhraha dhauta syat. The canvas in this example is clean and pure without any superimposition of different treatments. This is compared to Paramatma in the next shloka. Ghattito anna vilepanat. The same pure canvas is called ghattita because of the treatment of starch application, so that a picture can be drawn on a stiff surface. On a soft surface, you can't draw that easily. On a stiff surface, you can. After the canvas is ready, drawing sketches, figure outlines is the next step in the painting. Such an uncolored sketch of the painting is called lanchitaha. So it's a sketch. Colors have not been put in yet. It's only a sketch. And then the last one, varna puranat ranjitaha. Varna means the color. The last stage of a painting is to color the different sketches colors to give a final coating of colors of treatment to the original pure clean canvas. Under this painting is hidden the substratum, the canvas. So what did we say what the varna was? In the canvas of your life, what is the ranjita in your life? All the emotions, ideas, concepts, memories, eventually leading to likes and dislikes. These are the colors. And we get lost in the colors. Just like we get lost in the picture and we forget the canvas, same thing is happening here. Now, look at your life and through this example, start working backwards. Simple. This example of a painting is now compared with Paramatma, the substratum, and the world, the superimposed. Swataschidantaryami tu, Swataschidantaryami tu, Mayavi sukshma srishtitaha, Mayavi sukshma srishtitaha, Sutratma sthula srishthyaiva, Sutratma sthula srishthyaiva, Viraditi uchyate paraha, Viradityuchyate paraha. The Supreme Self, free from the conditionings of Maya and its effect, is called as Chit, pure consciousness. When it is conditioned by Maya, which is unmanifest Trigunatmika, is called as Ishvara. Then, Ishvara as the Antaryami. And as the Antaryami, he is the controller of Prakriti, controller of Maya. So if Maya is the mind, apply it on yourself. If Maya is the mind at individual level, are we the controller of our mind or are we a slave of our mind? This is the difference. This is the difference. No amount of any exercise in the outside world is going to make you permanently the master of your mind. Because every exercise outside has its limitations. The only way to be the master of the mind is to be the master. To be the consciousness. That's the only way. Think of the consciousness. Contemplate on the consciousness. Or here, Antaryami. What is that which is throbbing? What is that which is the constant principle? What is that Ishvara? If come down to devotion level, contemplate on the Ishvara, think of the Ishvara, chant the name of the Ishvara, listen to the stories of the Ishvara. This is at devotion level. At the karma level, offer everything that you do or don't do at the feet of that infinite one. See? The same self with reference to nascent or unmanifest effect of Maya is called Sutratma or Hiranyagarbha, and finally the self associated with the effect of grossified Prakriti is referred to as Virat. Now we have sufficiently looked at all that in 2-3 verses. Parasvataha Chet, the Supreme Self is essentially pure and not contaminated by any reference. Pure Self is referenceless existence. Many texts, this topic is coming. You are not a referential being. You are non-referential consciousness. The moment you bring in a reference, you are living less than what you are. You are being less than what you are. And what are the levels? These are the different levels. But we are in none of them. Even though we are them, we are in none of them. After that Virat, what will be the superimposition? Individuality. In that individuality, what will be the superimposition? Gaunatma. Gaunatma, virtual being. So we keep falling down. So this whole thing is told so that we recognize who we really are. Maya Vitu Antaryami, the same self associated with the limitations of Maya, keeping the Maya and its effects under its control, is called Antaryami. Now the difference between Antaryami and us is only one. We are under the clutches of the mind, and the Lord is the master of the potentiality. Our potentiality His potentiality is called Maya Shakti, Prakriti Shakti. Our potentiality is called mind. He is the master of the mind, we are the slaves of our mind. So do whatever is required, wherever naturally. Don't read books and then practice something. Be truthful to yourself. Find out what is your orientation. Bring your attention to the conscious principle. Assess your mind, where you are getting caught up for no reason. And the path will appear. Path will appear. Because Raman Maharishi said, who am I? So we are going to study who am I? And then become frustrated. Because someone taught Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Chittavritti Nirodhayati Yoga. Allah hai. But that is not my disposition. That does not come naturally to me. Find out what comes naturally to you. If naturally is to take care of your family, take care of your family and offer it to the Lord. Automatically the next stage will appear to you. If that is where your attention is. But important thing is not do it as a doer. If that is your natural disposition at this moment, yes, you are coming to satsang, it's very good. But if you look at your life wholesomely, what type of thoughts do you normally get? Are you getting thoughts of the family, the nourishment of the family, the love of the family, to take care of the family, to survive with the survival of the family? Or are you thinking of, nothing matters, I am going to go the way of the spirit? But you have to assess that. We cannot make you assess. And wherever it is, you make a prayer. Lord, you take care without disturbing too much. He will bring that about. Maya is a limitation which is supported by the infinite. He is the inner controller. At the individual level, mind is that total Maya which is supported by the inner controller. That inner controller is the Ishvara or is the Atma within. Apply. But we are not even thinking about there is a controller within. We are only lost at the periphery. We are enjoying the waves, surfing, enjoying, going in, coming out. Drink some water, salty water, and come out. Salty water is likes and dislikes. When you drink the water, come out. Badhiya. Go inside the water with eyes open. You want to see what is there. Eyes burnt. Come out. Shant ho gaya. See? Sukshma Srishtitaha Sutratma. The first subtle unmanifest effect of the Maya is the second limitation or conditioning. I have explained this already, the Hiranyagarbha. And the third one is the Sthula Srishtya Eva Virat iti Uchyate. And the last stage of in the completion of the superimposition of the world picture on the substratum of pure self is the grossification of the unmanifest world in the form of names and forms. Asti Bhati Priya Nama Rupa. Asti Bhati Priya is Satchidanand. That is the pure consciousness. This is how we relate to it by these three terms. And what is Nama Rup? Nama Rup is the form. Nama Rup is the Jagat. Nama Rup is the world. Individual world or total world. Because individuality does not exist actually. There is only Virat. Even if you think of the Virat, you will be a happier person. But we are not thinking of the Virat. We are thinking of individuality. We are thinking of, in Virat, the consciousness is expressing through total form. Virat is total gross form, isn't the cosmic form. Consciousness is expressing through total form, but not attached to the total form. And therefore, the total creation is continuously changing, but the Virat Roop continues to be Virat. And that is your experience also. So many things are changing inside your body. Cells are changing, blood is changing, fecal matter is changing, food is changing, saliva is coming and going, eyes are blinking and looking at different things. Inside, outside, everything is changing. You are no longer the same person who went to sleep yesterday. In fact, you are no longer the person who was few moments ago. See? But we feel that we are the same. That feeling is coming from the substratum, which is being superimposed on the changing. Correct your mistake and realize. A comparison of the superimposition of a painting on canvas and that of the world on Supreme Self is Brahmadya Stamba Paryantaha. Brahmadya Stamba Paryantaha. Praninotra jada api, praninotra jada api, uttamadhama bhavena, uttamadhama bhavena, vartante patachitravata, vartante patachitravata. As the painting is existing on the canvas, the world of things and beings, starting from Brahmaji up to the smallest insect, and all the insentient objects are existing in the Supreme Self as higher and lower creation. Just like the sky. If I can make a painting where I show the underground also, or I can show a painting with all the 14 lokas. It's up to me how I make the picture. But what is, if I show the three worlds or I show the 14 lokas, where are they existing? On the canvas. Canvas is the truth. Exactly the same way here it is told that all the higher, lower, higher worlds, higher beings, lower beings, all the comparisons, all the duality, all the variety is existing in that pure consciousness. In fact, it is the pure consciousness alone on which all these names and forms are being superimposed. अत्र ब्रह्मादयः स्तंभपर्यन्ता प्राणिनः जड अपि. So here is saying the higher and lower creation, such as gods like Brahmaji and lowest of this creation, sentient creation such as insects, are supported by the pure self alone. Not only that, like the canvas supports the drawing indicating living beings as well as inert objects like stone, mountain, etc. Here, in case of the creation, the substratum of the world is common to both sentient beings and inert objects. The sentiency and inertness does not have different supports. Sentiency and inert. What is inertness? That through which life does not express. Does it mean there is no consciousness in it? And sentiency means that through which life expresses. What is the lowest? Amoeba. What is the lowest? Insects. What is the highest? Brahmaji. From the lowest being expression of life to the highest expression of life, the substratum is the pure self. This is at the living level. What about the object level? Inert object level? Existence. Correct. Then why is consciousness not expressing through this book or through this table or through this laptop? Why is it not expressing?
Because the Chaitanya life is not there.
No, it is there. If it is not there, you are going the wrong way. Consciousness is everywhere all the time. Then why is it not expressing through this book or through these walls?
Different nature.
No.
Manifestation.
Okay, one is that it is unmanifest here. That is good. But why it is unmanifest? Why only existence is manifest and consciousness is unmanifest?
That's the nature.
No.
Limitation of the instrument.
Limitation of the instrument in what way?
It's unable to express as life for existence.
So this book does not have the capacity to express life or consciousness. Just like a coal, a diamond covered by coal cannot give light, cannot reflect light. But that same coal, when it is removed, then that diamond gives light. Or even better example, a stone. So there are certain types of stone. When they are rough, they cannot reflect. But when you polish them, you go to Tibet, I brought, the mirror is made out of stone. They are polished and polished and polished and polished, and now you can see your face in it. But if you take the original stone, you cannot see your face in it, isn't it? So now what has happened? We have made it into an apt instrument to reflect, Similarly, this book can, now if I open here, this page, the light is not getting reflected here. This is paper. This is also paper, the covering. But if you see, you can see a reflection of light. Why? It is refined enough to reflect the light. Are we refined enough to reflect the consciousness that we are? Refined means polishing. Polishing means quantity of thoughts, direction of thoughts, and quality of thoughts has to change. Pancadasi only says this thought comes in Pancadasi only. So are we going around like a mad fellow, thinking, or are we becoming quiet within ourselves? So here he says, the variation in picture and creation is further compared. Citrarpita manushyanam vastrabhasaf pruthak चित्राधारेण वस्त्रेण सदृशा इव कल्पिताः We'll look at this verse in our next class. Take a break. It's 1:20 already.